that God said to his people, "You are my chosen people, listen to me," etc. The Catholic Church fully acknowledges all of that as reflected in the Catechism. The Church also points out that
you were going to act. Yeah, well, my father was fine. My father never really put that much hope or stock into me being an academic. My father was a pretty bohemian dude, but my mother was mortified. Wanted me to finish my PhD.
This is a statewide required monthly test of the emergency.
And it's no joke to me.
If this had been an actual alert, important information would have followed. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system.
David's mother was unable to deter him. Year after dropping a...
by a complete lack of listening comprehension.
The Dana Show with Ding.
And he is, if you can receive it, he is the beer. He's alive, he's action, he's continuous.
This is a test. This is a statewide required monthly test of the emergency alert system. If the emergency alert system, if this had been an actual alert, important information would have followed. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system.
Shoot this very interesting pilot, and then I'll get paid, and I'll go on to do my movies.
Wife and mother asking you all this stuff. I don't think she's an activist, Judge.
An obla just like I can. All that and so much more coming up on the second hour of the world famous Jesse Kelly Show. Now,
This is a test. This is a statewide required monthly test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual alert, important information would have followed. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system.
The album,
I believe, has to be...
I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you.
This is a test. This is a statewide required monthly test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual alert, important information would have followed. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system.
I do. Because the people who are making the money, getting the dividends, they're all paying a tax in some form or fashion. And let me remind you of something that's really, really important. Take out your pen, write this.
This is a test. This is a statewide required monthly test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual alert, important information would have followed. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system.
Stop it. You're not getting any more money because they're paying more. And if you go to bed and sleep better at night because some corporation is paying the higher tax rate, there's something wrong with you. I think you should seek the help. get the assistance. I just don't think that there's something working right in your head. You've fallen for the indoctrination that somehow people paying lower tax rates than you are bad, or people making more money than you are bad. Now, I do want the tax system to be fair. It's not right now. It's
unable to work. Disability is the leading cause of bankruptcies and foreclosures. That's why I send you to Xander Insurance. They've been helping my listeners find the right plans at the lowest cost for over 25 years. Go to Xander.com or call 800-356-40.
Science of Candy, Startup Safe Sydney. What if? Mustard and peas, swap on the keys. What if?
What if?
Hotel for Equine, satellite design.
This is a monthly test of the emergency alert system for broadcast stations and cable systems of Nebraska, in cooperation with the FCC and other government authorities. Equipment is being tested that can quickly provide warnings during emergencies. If this had been an actual emergency, official information, news, or instructions would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a monthly test of the emergency alert system for broadcast stations and cable systems.
And now you're going to be speaking in Blair at a ladies' retreat right in my
NBA play-in tournament. Warriors win 23-7 with Jimmy Butler.
Launched an effort to combat unauthorized disclosures, threatening to use polygraphs on Pentagon personnel after the New York Times reported Elon Musk was invited to a China war briefing with the Joint Chiefs. That meeting never happened. The Pentagon has been searching for leakers ever since.
Fox says Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon, a U.S. official says Skolnick and Caldwell were placed on administrative leave. A federal judge scolds the Trump administration.
We've lost that.
An illegal alien from El Salvador with a deportation order from the United States.
U.S. District Judge Paula Sheenis told a Justice Department attorney during Tuesday's contentious hearing that she is going to require discovery to determine whether the DOJ is abiding by the
broadcast stations and cable systems of Nebraska, in cooperation with the FCC and other government authorities. Equipment is
update on the latest Nebraska news every weeknight from 6 to 8.
Sports authorities. Equipment is being tested that can quickly provide warnings during emergencies. If this had been an actual emergency, official information, news, or instructions would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Inmate. Investigators arrested 36-year-old Jamar Allen Wells.
monthly test of the emergency alert system for broadcast stations and cable systems of Nebraska, in cooperation with the FCC and other government authorities. Equipment is being tested that can quickly provide warnings during emergencies. If this had been an actual emergency, official information, news, or instructions would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Trump administration for not following her order to help obtain the release of a migrant.
This is a monthly test of the emergency alert system for broadcast stations and cable systems of Nebraska, in cooperation with the FCC and other government authorities. Equipment is being tested that can quickly provide warnings during emergencies. If this had been an actual emergency, official information, news, or instructions would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
I feel like I'm repeating myself.
The following is a statewide monthly test of the emergency alert system, originating from the Missouri State Highway Patrol in Jefferson City and coordinated with the local broadcasters in your community. This is only a test.
Trying to find ways to get past the skill door lesson. Well, we tried writing out some of the bad words like damn, and the word bitch is there in the book when I'm talking about my anger at my mother for having abandoned me in the heat of having found out that she'd killed
From
herself.
Georgia Emergency Management and Homeland Security Agency, this is the required monthly test of the emergency
As a modest proposal, I would say, rather than maybe they could put in bagel or blitz, because it brings up the more wholesome parts of Jewish heritage, and maybe we could put some recipes in the back. It's just all deflection, which is the case for every one of these books that's being banned across the country.
from the Georgia Emergency Management and Homeland Security Agency. This is the required monthly test of the emergency alert.
What would be good for their children? Isn't that a problem if we're not trying to balance the fact that parents should have some say and that we're seeming contemptuous? Parents who want to say, I need some control over what's being taught to my kids?
This is the required monthly test of the emergency
I believe that the way it's done, for instance, in France, which is the other culture I'm somewhat exposed to regularly because of my wife and my friends.
If spring has sprung inside your home, there will be signs. Look for wet spots, water streaks, or dripping water on the ceiling, drywall, chimney area, or in the attic. If that wet spot is now a dry stain, it's still a problem. So when it comes to your roof, think of Finley First, the perfect match for any roofing issue. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally with high-quality roofing experience and expertise. Only Finley offers a lifetime leak-free warranty at no additional cost.
From the Georgia Emergency Management and Homeland Security Agency, this is the required monthly test of the emergency alert system.
This is
a coordinated monthly local test of the emergency alert system originating from the EAS local primary station for this area. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. If this were an EAS actual emergency, such as a tornado, a toxic material release, nuclear plant accident, or other state or local emergency that affects your safety, official messages would have followed the alert tone. This station serves the Southeast Michigan local operational area. This concludes this test of the EAS system.
From the Georgia Emergency Management and Homeland Security Agency, this is the required monthly test of the Emergency Alert System.